and welcome to Down to Earth. I'm Daphne Richards. We've got a great question this week, and I'm glad that my friend Monty was here to chat all about this topic. Keeping to our citrus theme, our question this week is from Garen. He sent us an email wondering if his lemon tree should have flowers right now and what to do to increase the fruiting on that plant. Yes, these plants do have flowers on them right now if they've been kept in a greenhouse. But no, if they've been planted in the ground, they may not even have leaves yet because we had such a harsh winter. And if you have those plants in the ground, you should be seeing some leaves come back here pretty soon. And they may come back from lower down in the tree as the top part may have been damaged. But also, young fruit trees such as this one may not flower or fruit much the first couple of years, which is probably what's going on here. If you can keep those container plants in a warm, sunny location during the winter, they will flower much earlier for you. And then also fertilize them at the proper time to increase the fruiting of them. Our plant this week is four-nerve daisy, Tetranurus scaposa, a name I really like to say. It's also known as Hymenopsis. When I was in botany classes, I learned this plant as a Hymenopsis, so you may see it called that. There are many different species of four-nerve, and all do well here in our area. They're native to our region, so they're very happy in our climate. They really like a rocky, well-drained soil, so you may be careful where you plant them if you have heavy clay like many of us do. They really like full sun, and they're very perky. They have very perky little sun-shaped yellow blooms. They flower from early spring on through the heat of summer. Don't give them too much water, especially if your soil is only marginally loose. This plant gets about 6 inches tall, and that includes the flower stalk, and it spreads only about that wide, so it is very small. To do in your garden this week, go ahead and fertilize any vegetable transplants that have been in the ground for a week or two. You want to go ahead and use a well-balanced liquid or controlled release fertilizer to go ahead and get those plants growing well so that they flower and fruit for you in a few weeks. But if you didn't fertilize them before planting, or now if you want to add compost to the top of the soil and use that as a mulch, that will begin to decay in your soil and add a little bit of fertilizer to them. But hopefully you added that back before you planted those plants, and if you didn't, you can do that next season. You can also go ahead and continue to transplant vegetables at this time if you haven't yet. It's still cool enough to do that. You want to pick shorter time to harvest, an early fruiting variety, and then also maybe plant some later fruiting varieties as well, so you have harvest all through the season. We'd love to hear from you. Please visit klru.org/ctg to send us your question or a plant of the week from your garden.